Hello everybody. As most of you know, if you follow my camping channel, I began converting this cargo trailer into a living space last fall. And I am contemplating installing a wood burning stove. I will use propane when I don't want to use wood, but I will have wood in case I need to use wood. So the good folks at Deerfamy asked if I would be interested in reviewing their wood burning stove, and I said sure. So they sent me the stove. So we're going to get in there, we're going to open it up, and we're going to see what it's like. All right? Okay, let's get into this box and see what we got. This was sent to me from Pennsylvania, USA. So we have a box inside of a box. The interior box is not as large. I can tell right away that this isn't a stove you want to take hiking. This will be a car camping, truck camping stove if you use it camping. Or in this case, it may be a permanent stove. This could be a lot of uses. You can install it in something like this, take it camping, protected by foam, a little pair of gloves with it, instructions. I do have a wood stove already, but it is pretty sure it's unlike this one. If I can get it out. Packed really well. You probably heard my fan lid come down. That's due to it's raining outside. Just started raining, and it has protection on it that shuts it automatically if it rains outside. Okay. You can tell right away this stove is much larger than the current stove I have. Already see it has a tray that comes out to get rid of your old ashes. And it says Deerfamy on the door, which is nice. Let's go ahead. It's got legs on the bottom. That gets it up a little better where I can work on it. The stovepipe is inside. It has 6 stovepipes. See if I can get them out. Start with the proper one. Has a damper. Has a nice handle on the damper. I believe these stovepipes look a little bigger than I have on my other stove. It has D-rings, has 3 D-rings on here to if you're in a really windy area or camping in a really windy area. Now I wouldn't need this if it was a permanent install in this, but you was in a really windy area, your pipe would be wanting to go like this. It does have a spark arrestor on top, which is nice. If you don't have a spark arrestor, everything's going to be coming down on your tent, burning the top of your tent. And I can already tell that the inside is much, much larger than my current stove. Get a little Allen wrench. This stove also has, these are handles right here. Has a short handle and a long handle, and the short handle just screws in like that. The long handle just installs right here on your ashtray. That way you can pull your ashtray out, take it and empty it without burning your hands. That's another good feature. Look at the interior on that. That is a huge interior. You can get 3 medium-sized pieces of wood in there, or probably 2 large. And the more wood you can get in it, the longer it's going to last you before you have to restock it. Okay, this grate right here does not come out. You can probably take it out, but it does not come out. Okay, these set up on the side, they also say Deerfamy on them. And you just push it in a little bit, and it hooks under there to give it its strength. Right there, it says Deerfamy on top. It's a nice looking stove. And this sets down in there, and you get this little hook with it, so you can pick this up and get this off. And from my knowledge of cooking on wood stoves, if you want to boil water quicker, you remove that and set the pan right over top. So we'll go ahead and get this installed. These are Allen wrenches. Use an Allen wrench to install this. They send an Allen wrench, an L wrench, with a little screwdriver on the other side. So you don't have to, I'll tell you, you don't have to take these all the way out, because it's designed that you can set this over top of it and then turn it. Set that over top of it like that, and then turn it. Okay, I guess what I'm finding out is this is got a smaller piece under it, I believe, and this here will come off. Okay, it does. So I thought it was one piece, but when I went to turn it, it turned. So okay, we got that installed, and then you get 6 of these. I would put I'd probably put the damper up here on the second one. Not going to hurt anything. There's closed, and there is open, straight down. And let me see here, get some dimensions for you. These sections of pipe are 13 3/4, so we're just going to round it off to 14. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have 84 inches of stovepipe. So that'll go through the roof of just about, that would be plenty for any type of tent. And from the floor to the top of the stove is 13 inches. So you add this, the 84, you're getting 97 inches of height altogether. And the stove is about 9 3/4 area inside for wood. And and about 9 inches of area. Let's go say 8.5 inches of area for wood this way. And let's see how deep it is. It is 14 and 3/4 inch deep, so you can get almost a 15-inch piece of wood in there. Now, in comparison, let's go ahead and drop this down and set this beside my other stove. This stove is just as heavy. So there is my other stove. So let's open this stove up, and we won't say the name of it. It's a pretty good little stove. You can see it's been well used. Pull this out so I can get to it. You can get, you lose about, you can get about a 1/2 inch longer piece in this stove. Maybe 1 inch longer piece in this stove than you can in this stove. And on the width, it is considerably less. You get about 7.5 on the width this way. Where you had 10, you had 9.5, so you get 2 inches more this way. And you can only get a 5.5 inch piece at the most, or 5.5 inches high here, and you're getting 4 inches more with this stove. This piece comes off. It's got the built-in damper, which it's a nice little damper. This stove worked really well for me, but this stove is so small that I had to constantly, I might get an hour out of it at the most. But you're getting much more with this stove, and this will not be as pretty, I guarantee, once we have a few uses on it. Yeah. Again, this stove retailed, I paid my own money for this stove. It retailed for much more than this stove, and on Amazon right now they've got a $20 off coupon. So, do I recommend this? I would say yes. Burning it is not going to change a thing. It just won't be as pretty. This here is right now is selling, the Deerfamy is selling for $229 on Amazon with a $20 off coupon. I give $249 for that full price. So another good thing is the side rails. You can lay stuff on there, buns, bread, or whatever, and they won't fall through. On this stove, they could fall through. Please think about liking. Please think about subscribing. Come back to see us. I have a lot of camping stuff I'm going to be reviewing here in the short future. So again, I recommend the Deerfamy for the price, the weight, the build. The burn is not going to change anything except make it look less attractive. So, and that's the way it is with all stoves. The other stove used in this has probably been burnt 6 or 7 times, and you can see. All right, come back and see us. Woody with Nomadic Camping.